All right, and boom. Ladies and gentlemen, what is up, everyone? It's me, J-Rod, the filmmaker, former film major, frequent fighting gamer from Philadelphia, and we are back once again with another Mortal Kombat 1 Fatal Reaction video.
Finish him!
I know nobody saw this coming. Mortal Kombat 1 is effectively, I don't want to say dead because I hate to refer to games as dead, but it is complete. It is basically, they've done all of the content updates that they care to add. They've added all the characters, all the skins, all of the new content that they've ever wanted into the game. And so they've decided to call this the definitive edition of Mortal Kombat 1 and not add any more content to the game. It was an unfortunate announcement that we got earlier this year with the definitive edition launch trailer. And I had some thoughts about it at the time. I have some more thoughts about it now that it's been quite a minute. But that's basically the reason why we haven't gotten any Mortal Kombat 1 videos recently, because there is nothing new in Mortal Kombat. There's still a couple balance updates here and there. There are still a few skins that they add every season so that you have something to earn in Invasions or Towers of Time. But there aren't any major updates in the game anymore. No new characters, no new cameos. So there's really nothing to make videos about until now. Well, technically, I've had this idea for this video since last year. Last year, we got the Khaos Reigns update. It added a bunch of new stuff to the game, including new characters, Combat Pack 2, new stages, new story chapters, new types of finishers, like Animalities. The Khaos Reigns update for Mortal Kombat 1 was actually a major update. It added a lot of quality of life features and new content and things to explore, and things that we've been exploring since that release last September till now, which is this September. Back then, I had the idea, because they also added new brutalities into the game, so I had the idea for the first time ever to do a fatal reaction where we react to brutalities instead of fatalities. So it took me a little bit of a minute to get this video together because I had to unlock all of the brutalities. Every character has two. That includes DLC characters, guest characters. Every character on the roster has two new brutalities that were added with the Khaos Reigns update. They were unlockable via the seasonal store. You had to get a certain amount of seasonal credits, and then you could unlock brutalities for each characters. At the time, they were also still adding skins to the seasonal store, so it took me a bit longer to get all of the brutalities because I was also unlocking all of the skins. But now, we've already done fatal reactions for some of the base roster characters. We've done fatal reactions for some of the DLC characters. We've done fatal reactions for all of the animalities in the game. Check those videos out if you have not already. But for the first time ever, we will be reacting to brutalities in this one. And I'm very excited. I got all of the brutalities. I went in the game and performed them, and I'm going to be reacting to. Obviously, technically, this is my second reaction, not my first reaction, because I had to go in game and do the brutalities in order to get this compilation of video. But I'm very excited to check out the brutalities and to rate them. This is going to be about half of the roster because the roster is pretty long. I think I counted yesterday. It's about 35 characters on the base roster. Well, not base roster, but base roster plus DLC. And today we're going to react to 18 characters, which is going to be 36 brutalities. And then we'll come back later, do part 2, and react to the rest of the brutalities in the game. So I'm very excited for this one. I've still been having fun with Mortal Kombat 1. I actually never stopped playing it, even with the definitive update announcing that there was no new content coming. I still play Invasions. I still play Towers of Time because there are things to unlock. I still play the game. I've been doing a lot of reaction videos for the Mortal Kombat 1 Pro Competition Season 2, reacting to every single offline tournament. And we're done now. At this point, the only tournament left is Final Combat itself, so I will be live streaming my reaction to top 8 at the Last Chance Qualifier and top 8 of Final Combat itself. But we're about to get into it right now with the brutalities. I've already got them up. I'm excited to react to them, and I'm going to give you guys my opinions, my thoughts. I'm going to review the brutalities after. Each character has 2, so we're going to play 2 brutalities, then I'll talk about them, then 2 more, and so on and so forth until we get to the end of this video. So I'm very excited for this. Check out the Fatal Reactions playlist if you have not already. It goes all the way back to Mortal Kombat 11. That's when we started. One of the most viewed videos on my channel was reacting to fatalities with my sister in Mortal Kombat 11. And since then, I've done videos with my parents. I bought my sister back and we watched some fatalities for Mortal Kombat 1. I came back by myself to do the Animalities. And now we are back once again for Brutalities. So, very excited for this one. We're going to start with the right side of the roster with the guest characters. They're all on the right. And we're going to get from there to the middle. And then in the next video, we will do the left side of the roster, which will be like the Khaos Reigns non-guest characters like Cyrax, Sector, and Noob. But we're going to get all of our guest characters in today because I know that's what a lot of you guys want to see. And not only that, we're going to start with the guest characters. So let's get into it. Also, so I'm going to rate the fatality for like how cool it is, how cinematic it is, but also how hard or easy it is to get in the game. Because I actually had to hit all of these fatalities in the game. I did put it on very easy to make it easier, but even with that, there are still some fatality or some brutalities that are harder to get than others. Oh, and here is where I found the tech. If you want easy brutalities, I would go with Frost. Any character that can freeze is good, but Frost has like the full screen freeze carpet, whereas Sub-Zero has the mid freeze that hits only right in front of him. So I think Frost is easier for certain brutalities, and I actually use her to get some brutalities in this video. But let's do it. We're going to start with T1000, T1K, the last character ever dropped, and his first brutality. Also, all of these brutalities will be done on T1002 to avoid demonetization or age restriction. So that was the first one. And this is the second one.
Thanks for your cooperation.
Brutality. T1000 win.
All right, so that's the first two from T1000. The first one I have seen a lot. The one where he uses his mid forward 2-2 and he slices you like scissors directly in half. I hit that one all the time in games. It's very easy to hit. It's very easy to combo into. And the requirements are very simple. I think you just got to hold forward. So you can be in the middle of a juggle combo, hold forward and end it with that, and boom, you're going to get that brutality almost every time. Very easy to hit, very consistent. It's good, but it's very short and abrupt. It would be a bit better if there was a little bit more to it. Like you slice them in half and then it's over. A lot of these brutalities are abrupt. Like a lot of them are made to kind of surprise you and you get into gameplay and then boom, out of nowhere something happens. But at the same time, some of them need a little bit of like breathing room at the end. Let it breathe at the end or give it a little bit of lead up either way, and then you can live in that brutality a lot longer. But these are both really abrupt ones. They're relatively easy to hit, but they're not that crazy. Using the gun and their head blows up, okay, pretty standard. Slicing them in half is cool, but I think I've seen it enough to where I'm not that impressed. They're good brutalities, but they're not the best. So that's T1000, first character out the way. And then up next is Ghostface. Now this one. Let's run it back.
Thanks for your cooperation.
I want you to see the full brutality and see what I had to go through to get it. See, I teleport, I switch killers, and I have to throw the knife at a certain distance. This one is good. This one has the cinematics. It lets it breathe. It has a little bit on the end, but it's also hard to get. And then this one is off a command grab, I'm pretty sure.
Get a sequel.
Brutality. Ghostface wins.
Okay. Both of those are really good. I gotta admit, both of those are really good. The first one is harder to get, so you have to be at a certain distance, like jump distance away. You have to be the killer, or not killer, assassin. I forget what they call it. You have to be Kira, where you can throw the knife, so you have to switch into a mode. So you have to find a way to switch killers. If you get touched while you're a different killer, you automatically switch back to the normal Ghostface. So that made it kind of hard to get. And you have to be at jump distance away. So I found that using the telephone teleport was actually one of the easiest ways to switch to a killer, be a certain distance away, and then also since it's a brutality, you want the final hit to be that move. Certain moves that switch you into a different killer also have a hit. So if I did like his other teleport, I think it's called like backstage pass or something, that one has a hit to it. So sometimes I would try to teleport with that one, switch killers, and that move would kill the person and I wouldn't be able to do the brutality. But I do like both of them for their cinematic appeal, and I like both of them for like the length. They're pretty long brutalities. They let you actually live in it and see all of the carnage and everything. And then the second one, this was one of the ones they showed way back. Like I think when they first revealed Ghostface, they showed off that brutality, that stabs. So you get stabbed in the head and it kind of like hits a nerve or something and makes your arm sort of fire off synapses, which is really cool. Really interesting brutality. And Ghostface has some of the best just effects, VFX, graphics, sound design, all of that. So the presentation on these brutalities lived up to the expectation that was set by Ghostface. But let's get into the next one, which is going to be Conan the Barbarian. Okay, here's the first one. What was that noise?
Brutality.
Was that noise T-1000 dying, or was that like just a noise that comes with the brutality? It was kind of dark. All right, and then we're gonna get the second one. This one I used the freeze to get. And you just drop kick your enemy. Oh my god, look at T-1000's lower half. Look at his legs.
My legs!
I did not notice that. All right, Conan's brutalities are good, but they are a bit underwhelming. I think the first one I kind of expected. When you see Conan there's a move he does where he like hits you twice and then he grabs you. He puts the sword in the ground, grabs you, and throws you. I think it's cool that for the brutality, he just throws you on top of the sword. But it's super savage that you basically die from the blunt end of the sword and not the blade. I think that part is pretty crazy. But, you know, it's Conan. He is savage. He is barbaric. He's a barbarian. And then the second one is off of the charged kick. And so normally it might be hard to get that against a normal opponent unless you use like the freeze like I did. I don't think it comboed here, but you can combo the freeze into his fully charged kick. So if you want to hit that brutality, combo anything into frost freeze, start charging up immediately, and then once you let it go, boom, you'll kick them in half, basically like that. A bit underwhelming, not too hard to hit in game. It didn't take me very long to hit either of these brutalities, but could be better. Could be better, I'll say, because Conan has good brutalities already on the base roster. Okay, now we got our boy Peacemaker. Let's run it back a bit because I think I wasn't ready for it. Drop kick brutality. Peacemaker season 2 out now on HBO Max. By the time this video comes out, 3 episodes will be out. Okay, this one is cool. I got a whole little combo into it.
Brutality.
And it is off of his anti-gravity. Okay, so for the first one, the drop kick, underwhelming. I think we'll see a lot of brutalities that are like that. You just kick the opponent or you punch the opponent and they fly into a bunch of chunks. Since that's kind of a repetitive theme in a lot of these brutalities, I pay attention to what are the effects of you blowing up into a bunch of chunks. And I can appreciate that, like when Conan does his kick, he kicks you directly in half and you split into 2 pieces, do a couple flips. When Peacemaker does his drop kick, he hits you like center mass and your limbs kind of just explode from your body. So I like that there are different effects even for brutalities that are similar. Then the anti-gravity one I think was kind of overdue. I think that they should have had an anti-gravity brutality in the beginning. Seems very easy. You're gonna land on top of them to finish it, so all they have to do is blow up into liquid metal, in this case, a bunch of chunks everywhere. I like that it's kind of easy and convenient to combo into. Like that combo was pretty easy. Combo anything into freeze and then just do anti-gravity and finish the match. That one looks cool. And I think the coolest part about the second one is that after he lands on you, he kind of hurts himself. So he's writhing on the ground, holding his shoulder. That's very Peacemaker. It also adds a little bit of cinematography. It just adds a little bit more to the end of the brutality. So that's really good. But yeah, Peacemaker out now on HBO Max, and I'm enjoying the second season so far. It's still pretty early. All right, next up, we've got one more guest character. Wait, right?
Homelander.
Oh no, two more guest characters. This one's kind of fast, so I'll run it back.
Brutality. Homelander
Interesting.
wins.
Extended shot of the drinking milk. And then here's the second one.
It'll be okay.
Brutality. Homelander wins.
Okay, for that one, bonus points for the head hitting the camera. Really cool effect. And then the legs falling over slowly afterwards. I always love when they kind of drag it out a bit. But these two were kind of underwhelming. They are just Homelander like throwing his weight around, killing you in like the easiest, fastest way where he doesn't have to do too much. So in the first one, he throws you up in the air for his throw, and then he just lets you fall down. I do like the effect of when you hit the ground. There's camera shake to it. There's like sort of gravitas. You feel the effects of that hit. It feels heavy. And then for the second one, it's just a simple, you do a spinning back fist and you just take out their entire, like the entire middle of their body. So that's pretty cool, but also underwhelming, you know? And then we have Omni-Man next, so I'm definitely going to be comparing and contrasting Omni-Mans and Homelanders, considering they're very similar characters with similar moves. Or similar powers, also. Okay, and then that one, in my opinion, is just like Homelander's one. Hit you with the back of his fist, and you explode into a bunch of stuff. Those ones are underwhelming. I do get, like, you got a super strong enemy. Ooh, that one's good. Oh, this one's good. Hold on. Watch this.
Brutality. Omni-Man wins.
That one's cool. So I'll say the first one is underwhelming. Definitely reminds me of Homelander spinning back fist. But the second one is actually really good. For the first reason, like, I thought you were just going to punch his head off with a Superman punch. But you do the Superman punch, and then you actually kick his head off. That's interesting. Also, look at T-1000's, like, reaction to his head getting popped off. It's very dramatic. Which adds to it. Look at T-1000. Just seizing from having no head. And still seizing, writhing on the ground. And then the head goes around the world and hits Omni-Man on the other side. That's a reference to, like, Nolan and Mark play catch, or they play catch in season 1 by, instead of throwing the ball to each other, they throw it around the world. It comes back on the other side and they catch it. So cool little Easter egg. This is definitely the better one for Omni-Man. The other one is just kind of underwhelming. But that is going to be all of the DLC characters. So now, or all of the guest characters. So now we'll get into the DLC characters like Quan. This one is good.
Torment is my gift.
Chef's Kiss.
Brutality.
This one is really good. And honestly, no spoilers, but his other one is also pretty good.
Your combat is impotent.
Wait for it.
Quan Chi wins.
And boom. Really good. Both of Quan's are really good. The first one is long. The first one has some time to it, so you really get to experience that whole, like, trans sort of move that he does. The first one reminds me of, like, an MKX Brutality. It's drawn out, it's dramatic, it's long, but it is perfect. It's, like, perfect pitch. The second one is also really good. It caught me off guard with the portal. So I think it's really cool how you just blow them up by punching them through the portal, but the added effects that then your head falls through the portal and pops out of the portal behind Quan is really cool. Also, there's like physics on that head too. If you do the brutality over multiple times, the head will kind of fly out and ragdoll in different ways in different places, which I think is really cool. Added benefit to it. Because it kind of does feel like, you know, playing Portal to an extent. Mortal Kombat meets Portal. But Quan's are up there. He has probably so far 2 of the best ones. All right, next up is Gearus. That one's kind of abrupt. We'll run it back after.
Brutality. Gearus
If y'all don't know,
wins.
Gearus is my main character I've played with the most. So I've actually hit both of these brutalities. And I can speak about the experience of them.
More sand for the hourglass.
Brutality.
More sand for the hourglass, my boy.
Gearus wins.
Okay, so I'll run it back. The first one is very abrupt, so it's like if you blink, you'll miss it. But it's off of his command grab, and he just straight up obliterates your entire top half.
Another lost.
Sick.
Brutality. Geras wins.
And then the second one has a little bit more to it, you know?
More sand for the hourglass.
Brutality. Geras wins.
All right, great work. So yeah, I've seen these ones before. These are some of the ones that I just already knew before I made this reaction video because I play Gear so much. So I can tell you they're both good. Excuse me. They're both good. Both of them are pretty easy to get, but they both have a caveat. You can't do either of those brutalities in a juggle combo. You can only do them against standing opponents. So, like, if you're doing a combo, it launches them up in the air, and you end it with command grab, you won't get the brutality. If you end it with time stop, you won't get the brutality. They have to be standing. So you can still combo into them, but you can only do certain moves to combo into them that will keep the opponent standing. So you saw in the second one I did Geras' hip thrust, his forward 1, 2, and then time stop. That keeps them planted on the ground so you can get that brutality. I think for the command grab, you can only really combo command grab off of forward 1, and if you do the enhanced version. So I'm curious, if I do forward 1 enhanced command grab, will I be able to get that brutality? But they're good. It would just be better if you could do them in a juggle combo, because then you could do really cool combos and end in really cool brutalities. Also, Geras has a different command grab brutality he's had since the beginning of the game, where if you throw them out of the corner, they hit that wall, and then you just basically like stomp them up against the wall. I like that Geras has now a brutality for the command grab in the corner, and a command grab and a brutality for the command grab out of the corner. So you have options with that, but I wish there were more options, basically, that you could do it in a juggle combo. But still, I love Geras. I love both of his brutalities too. Okay, now we're on to Havoc. This one's called Like a Top because you spinning like a ballerina. It should be called Like a Ballerina, I'm gonna be completely honest. It's okay. It's okay. And then his other one, it's called Dead Lasso. Insane reference.
My chains are broken.
Brutality.
This is the most dramatic character in the game, so I expected nothing less from these dramatic ass brutalities. The first one, Like a Top, it's just okay. Could be better. I do like that you spin. It takes a little while to actually get to the brutality part of it, and while he's spinning, he hits your head and it blows up. It's cool. It's fine. I've seen a lot of heads explode with these brutalities, so you got to keep finding ways to make it more interesting. The second one, though, is very dramatic. It's very over the top, and I appreciate that. I think it's funny how you go to do the brutality and the opponent just kind of sits there and watches you make a lasso out of your entrails. Insane work. Like, look at T1000's reaction to the brutality. You headbutt him, you make a lasso. Where is he looking? What is he looking for? And then you pull him in and headbutt him again. It's goofy, but it's effective. It does work for what it's supposed to do. So yeah, I appreciate that one. Better than the first one too. All right, now we're on Baraka. I think that noise is T1000's death noise. It's kind of crazy. I never heard it before.
Wins.
Blade Spark Brutality. It's okay. Underwhelming. And this one, though. This one is so good.
You make this necessary.
Brutality.
I love this one.
Baraka wins.
The Blade Spark one is fine. Underwhelming. I think the Blade Spark one, the weird thing about it to me is that you shoot him with your blade and there's a massive hole in his chest, way bigger than the blade. So it's like, okay, what about the impact made that huge hole? But the second one is so good. I love how they could have just made you stab him in the chest and then he has a hole in his chest and he dies like any of the other brutalities. I really love how you stab him and then Baraka basically becomes like M. Bison, Psycho Crusher, and he just straight up blows through you like a shredder and dices you up to pieces. Really good. When I first hit this, I wasn't looking when the brutality hit. I looked away to see if I was recording to make sure. And when I looked back, I was like, wait, what did he even do? What just happened? Did he do a flip? Did he do a spin? So yeah, it's a really cool one. It just has like nice animation, nice effects on it. But, you know, it's Baraka. I expect him to have brutal brutalities. That's his thing. Okay, Natara. I don't play Natara that much.
Already in my veins.
But I got the Kataravala skin for her.
Yutara wins.
That one was okay. I do have a problem with it. But we'll see the second one and then talk. Okay, this one, I also have a problem with this one too.
I'll savor every drop.
Brutality. Yutara
Also,
wins.
listen to Natara's voice with the Kataravala skin. It's cool. It has effects on it. Megan Fox's voice acting is actually nice now and bearable. But okay, so my problem with the first brutality is that she slashes you up like a double-handed uppercut, and you slice, like you cut sideways. Like, I guess the idea is that she kind of ripped your top half from your bottom half, but it kind of looks like she's slashing or she's slicing. So it would have made more sense to me if like she slashed up and it cut you, it bisected you down the middle, or maybe she sliced your arms off and they both went flying. It just seems like there's a contradiction between the way she attacks and the effects it has on your body. But that's a nitpick. Most people do not care. And also, you could just say, no, she just pulled your top half off from your bottom half with the momentum. None of this is real, so you don't have to act like it needs to be scientifically accurate. The second one, my problem with the second one, honestly, is it doesn't have the impact that I'm looking for. When she kicks you, you bounce off of the head, so it doesn't really seem like she's hitting you very hard. It just kind of seems like the momentum, like the forward momentum, is what did it, and not her strength or herself. So I think that one could be better. I think you bounce off of it a little bit too much. I think you should either just go straight through, plow through, or there should just be a little bit more impact on that hit for the brutality. But y'all know me. I nerd out about these things, so I can talk about all the ways that they could be a little bit better.
Flawless victory.
Not that they're not good, though, because these are relatively good, all of them in their own right. All right, who's next after Natara? Kenshi. Another character that I actually play with is up next. I hadn't seen either of these brutalities until now, so let's check them out. I combo into this first one.
I'll see myself out.
Brutality.
I think that's a good one.
Kenshi
Also,
wins.
Kenshi is different because both of his brutalities are on the same move. So let's check out the second one.
Brutality.
That noise is crazy. I don't know how I never heard it before. So while I was recording these brutalities, I didn't have my headset in, so I wasn't listening to the sound. But I have never heard that death-curdling scream from T-1000 until now. Maybe that's like a sound effect from the movie when he melts to death. It is so scary. It's off-putting, but it's cool at the same time. About these Kenshi brutalities, my one critique is there are two brutalities on the same move. He has other moves. I think that we could have gotten more brutalities that use different moves, but it's fine because they both have very different animations and effects, and they also have different properties where the first one I did, you have to fully charge the force push in order to do the first one. Fully charged. So that's why I just relied on Frost Freeze, because you have enough time to fully charge it up during Frost Freeze. What I love about this one is you push the skeleton out the back of their body, so there's this like gaping hole in their back, and then the skeleton, top of their skeleton at least, is laying over here on the ground. Because it's T-1000, his skeleton is just a pile of liquid metal. That's really cool. But for any other character, you just pop the skeleton out their body. And then for the second one, really cool animation that I did not think that you could do in the game. If you've ever played Invasions, a lot of characters have different moves and different animations in Invasions if they're a boss battle than if they're just playing the normal game as the regular character. One of Kenshi's invasion-only animations is this move he does here, where he uses the force to pull you in and then pokes you in the eyes. When it happens in Invasions, it's like an effect. Like if he grabs you, it's like a command grab almost. If he grabs you and pulls you in, for a moment you're actually blinded, and so you can't see as well in the fight, so you're gonna want to avoid it. For this, it's just a cool animation. So I actually like that they repurposed that animation because there's so many people who don't play Invasions and would never see it otherwise. But also it's different uses. One is like a modifier that you could never use yourself, and one is actually something you can do in game, whether it's online or local or whatever. So I like that. So I do like both of these. Okay, we were right here. All right, after Kenshi is going to be Ashura. I do have some things to say about Ashura, so let's get into them. First, Ashura Brutality. Very simple. Off of her projectile, slice him in half, but there is a lot of effects on it. So while it is kind of simple, at the same time, it's effective. Now, the second one, though. Look at T1000's legs. I never noticed that, but his legs would go crazy after the round. All right, so that first one was really cool and it was really easy to get. That second one, for whatever reason, was not easy to get. Sometimes it was me just not being familiar with Ashura and doing something wrong. Sometimes I would do the move I needed to do, but hit the wrong thing, like the wrong requirement for the brutality. And then sometimes I would do the brutality and I wasn't recording. So it was a little bit of that. It's a lot of skill issue on my end, but it's a good brutality, so I am happy that I actually got it. I think it's the only brutality on this list that comes from air combat, which is interesting because I think there should be more air combat brutalities in the game. Specifically, Geras has some really cool animations for his air combat, and I would love to see brutalities off of them because he does like the power driver, the rock bottom, tombstone, and so finishing it with that would actually make a really cool brutality. But this Ashura one, they're both really good. I don't know why this one took me, like, this one was harder for me to get than a lot of the other ones, but it's not really even that hard of a brutality to do. You just have to get them in the air to do the air combat. So it was difficult, but it was hard for me, but I don't think it's a hard brutality to get. I think I just was messing up, you know? Either way, I think they're both really good. I like how one of them, you slice the opponent down the middle in half, or vertically in half, and then the other one you slice the opponent horizontally in half. Pretty safe.
Ashura wins.
And next up, we're gonna have Lee May.
Brutality.
That one's good. Another one, there's like bonus points for the head flying, but I also like how she
wins.
cartwheel flips, bounces you, knocks the head up in the air, and then she kicks it again. Like she's dribbling that thing. She's a soccer player. That one is cool.
Brutality.
It's a bit awkward,
Lee May wins.
but I do like the 2 hits. Any brutality that's like 2 hits adds to the effect. So like the initial explosion was a bit abrupt and a bit out of nowhere, but then that second explosion kind of tied it all together. So I like that one in the end. I like both of hers. I really like the flip kick one was harder to get than it should have been, but once I finally got it, it's really satisfying. And like I said, I like how you bounce the head. Wait, hold on, let me go back. This time with no audio. So I like how you kick down, bounce the body off the ground, kick the head up in the air, and then when the head comes back, you kick it off over to the camera. I like that. I like how there's a lot to do in it. There's multiple hits, you hitting them, the head hitting the floor, the head hitting the camera, all of that is really cool. And then this one I think is kind of saved by the second hit. If it was just that one hit and you explode, it would be kind of uninteresting like a lot of the other ones. All right, who's up next after Lee May is Kung Lao. This one, Kung Lao's also was actually kind of difficult to get. So let's check it out. I think it's the first one that I had difficulty hitting. Yes, here it is. Because I needed to be a certain distance away. And so, like I said, Frost Freeze just helps when you have a distance one.
Brutality.
Classic.
Lao wins.
Really good animations in that one. I do have a nitpick. We'll talk about it after we watch the second one. And here's the second one. Classic. Classic Lao.
You will not be remembered.
Just straight up decapitation. One hit,
Kung Lao
get it over
wins.
with. This is like a classic fatality, but this is a brutality version of that. Straight to the point. No need to play around dilly-dally. Okay, my only problem with the first one is the hat flies all over the place, but the way it ends, it flies off the screen to the left, and then it lands down in Kung Lao's hand. It's just like weird. Like I feel like if it flew off to the left, it should just come back from the left, and then he can grab it. It goes to the left, and then it comes straight down. It's like, okay, I guess it could technically do that. It's a magical flying hat, but it just kind of seems a bit weird. And the second one is simple, so I don't have any complaints about it, except maybe it could have used a second hit or something to make it last a little longer. All right, who's up next? Sub-Zero with his MK movie skin on. This one is cool. This was one that they showed us when they showed off like all the new brutalities.
Sub-Zero wins.
Really good. It has that like moment. It has the lead up to it where you're like, what is he gonna do? And then it has that brutality where he takes both of your hands and just blows you up. Okay, now we have this one. Okay, this one starts off simple. I'm glad that they let him riff a little bit at the end.
Wins.
It kind of is just like a slide brutality because you slide. It's not off of his slide. It's off of a string. But that last hit is basically like a slide. You take both of the knees out. I really like that second hit where he's like trying to crawl away and you freeze him. That really added to it. And I think both of Sub-Zero's brutalities have the brutality factor. Like I think it might just be how Sub is, but he really makes them look like painful, basically. And you know what? The Mortal Kombat movie skin helps. We'll talk more about Mortal Kombat movie later. But I like how menacing it is when he freezes you, he grabs the hands, and then straight claps you. And then in the other one, starts off simple, but right when you think you're about to get away, one more. He has one more thing to do. Boom, boom, boom. And I like the like really drawn out Power Ranger Tai Chi move he does before freezing you. Really sick. It's the little things that, you know, make the brutalities perfect. All right, 2 more characters left and then we're done. And the first one is Jonathan Cage. And this one is called Guthole, which I think is a play on butthole. But I mean, hey, there is a Guthole. I can't be mad at him. He took a literal interpretation. Okay, and then the final one for Johnny. This one is cool.
Another perfect take.
Brutality.
So it starts off
Johnny
kind of like Lee Mays, where he does an overhead flip kick and it bounces you off the ground. But as you can see, it slices your opponent in half vertically, and then it bounces the head off of the ground. When the head falls back down, he lines it up perfectly to take a selfie. Boom. And it's called freeze frame. So I just love the implication that as the head is falling, it literally freezes in place to line itself up perfectly for the selfie, and then it continues to fall. Hilarious, over the top, outrageous, but it works. It's Johnny Cage. The first one was very underwhelming because all you do is punch a hole in their stomach. And since that's off of a charged move, it's really hard to get unless you have some sort of capture state like Frost Freeze, Sub-Zero Freeze, Cyrax Net, or something. So it's like kind of high risk, low reward, I think, for the first one. Second one, really good.
Another.
All right, and we got one more character left, and then we're going to be done.
Cage wins.
And that's going to be Reptile. Starting off with, this one's called like Sizzle Away.
Brutality. Reptile wins.
Good. It's nice. It's good. And then this one.
Brutality.
I am much more than satiric.
Rip.
Are you? What are you? All right, so let's run it back. Since these are the last 2, let's check them out again. So my only problem with this one, it's another one that's kind of hard to hit because you have to be at jump distance and you have to hit them with the projectile. It's pretty easy against a bot opponent, like on very easy or something, but against a real opponent, it's going to be a lot harder to hit because 1, they don't have to let you get jump distance. They can just literally keep walking forward and that'll mess up the distance requirement. 2, it's a projectile. They could duck the projectile. They could block the projectile. They could reflect it. There's a lot of ways to avoid projectiles. They could jump over it. So there's that. But once you hit it, my only problem is the impact of it is really good. I wish there was more effects of the acid, because he is hitting you with an acid ball. Boom. Like, this frame right here is insane. You see the trail of it, you see the impact of it, you see it go through them out on the other side. But then after that, once all that's gone, okay, you do got a little bit of blood splatter. It's not really blood, it's liquid metal because it's T1000. But what I would want to see is like maybe like some more acid dripping, maybe like more of the body dissolving over time. That would be cool. That would add a lot to it. But it's a good brutality either way. A little hard to hit because it's a distance one, but once you hit it, I think it's worth it. And then for the second one, the second one's easy to get because it's off of his jab string. Like the requirements are pretty easy. You could freeze them and get it. My only problem with this one is when you kick them. Hold on, let's watch it. When you kick them, the head goes up on your right side and it falls down on your left side, even though it appears to go straight up in the air and not arced at all. That's a nitpick. That's a logic thing that it doesn't really matter. Like, who needs logic, reasoning, and science behind your brutalities when most of them are super exaggerated and zany and outrageous anyway? Let them be outrageous. They're allowed to be outrageous. They're brutalities. And it's part of the design philosophy too at NetherRealm anyway. Ed Boon has said before, they're very graphic, they're very violent. Sometimes you have to make them over the top and comical so that they're just not so gory, depressing, so that they're not so hard to watch. Because yes, they're violent and they're graphic, but at the same time, some of them are playful and goofy. That every time I think about that, it reminds me of like the one where Jax grows really big and steps on you, or the one where I think it was Shinnok or Quan Chi, he like pulls your head up and your neck is just really long. There are a lot of really goofy ones throughout Mortal Kombat history, and I think those have a place in the franchise just as much as the more serious ones. But that is half of all the new brutalities in the game. Like I said, I will be back with a part 2 of this where we will finish all of the new brutalities. I didn't unlock them all for no reason. I unlocked them all for this video. So before we go, I gotta tell you guys what my favorites are, what my least favorites are, how I feel about them. I think so. Some of my favorites will have to be Baraka's. It's called Through and Through, where he just straight up dives through you and explodes you. Both of Gearus's I love because I love Gearus and I've used them a lot. So I can tell you firsthand that they're very useful brutalities. Quan Chi, both of Quan Chi's are really good. So Gearus's, Quan Chi's, Baraka had a really good one. I like Kenshi's. I like Subs. I think, what will I have to say is my favorite though? I think the first thing that comes to mind when I'm thinking of my favorite one is probably that Baraka one. I just think it's really cool. I don't think it's too long or too short. I don't think there needed to be another hit. I think it kind of has the right amount of everything I look for in a brutality. It's cinematic, it's abrupt and unexpected at the same time. And that's the balance that you kind of got to strike, where some of these have to be fast and abrupt so that you are surprised when it happens. But then some of them have to linger a bit and be drawn out and be cool. So I really loved Quan Chi's because they're very cinematic. But I think Baraka's second one strikes that perfect balance between cinematic and surprising at the same time. So that is going to be it for now, you guys. We reacted to most of the brutalities. We'll be back with the rest of them later. We are coming up on the 2nd anniversary of Mortal Kombat 1. I'm going to make a video, a bit of like a talk piece, think piece, about the state of Mortal Kombat 1 after 2 years and after all of the content updates. And there's also Final Combat, like I talked about. I'm going to be doing streams for Last Chance Qualifier and Top 8. And I'm also going to come back and finish up this series with part 2 of Brutal Reactions. And then I think after that, I think I have all my Mortal Kombat 1 videos. But there is also the Mortal Kombat movie. I reacted to the first trailer for the Mortal Kombat movie. It has not been uploaded yet because I'm saving it for a first and final video. Now, I thought that first and final video was going to come out next month in October, but they delayed the movie all the way until next year. So we're going to have to wait a little bit longer for that. It's kind of hard being a Mortal Kombat fan these days, but I can say that this video really helped me because I'm still playing the game, but this was the first time I really just got on to have fun, right? Like I just got on to try different characters, try new brutalities, record them for the video, but I was having fun learning characters over again that I haven't played in a while and trying to get all these brutalities. I love that, like, having an objective, having a goal, and trying to hit that. Some brutalities were harder than others, but all of them were a relative challenge. So I'm still having fun in Mortal Kombat 1, and I will continue to do so until I don't have fun in it anymore. But we could have Injustice 2 coming up soon. We do have 2XKO coming out very soon. We do have Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls and Invincible Versus coming up next year. So there's still a lot of things to play. Oh, and also we're going to have Borderlands 4 coming out. By the time this video comes out, I think we only got one more week to Borderlands 4 and also to Marvel Rivals Season 4. Check out the videos I made reacting to both of those games and checking out their newest characters. We got Daredevil coming to Marvel Rivals, and then we got the Vault Hunters in Borderlands 4. But that is going to be it for this one. So there's one more thing to do, and that is boom. Hit me with the 3-hit combo. I need you to smash the like button like Ryu, spear the subscribe button like Scorpion, and kick the notification bell like Kazuya, and make sure you brutality those buttons, all right? Make sure you hit them so hard they explode into liquid metal like a lot of these brutalities did today. And make sure you guys are subscribing. We are very close to hitting our subscriber goal of 900. Hopefully, we're going to hit that before the end of the year, but I can only do that with you guys' help. So if you're new to the channel, you're not subscribed, and you want to see part 2 of Brutal Reactions, consider subscribing. I do new videos every single week, bonus videos throughout the week, and live streams. So that is going to be it for this Brutal Reactions. Check out the other Fatal Reactions videos if you haven't seen those already. And I will be back very soon with new videos. But that's going to be it for this one, you guys. So tell me how you feel. Tell me what your favorite brutality was, even if it wasn't one of the new ones or it wasn't any of these characters. Let me know what your favorite brutality is in the game. Tell me how you feel. Tell me if you feel me, and I will see you guys next time in another new one. Peace out. Is that Angela?
Stop, guardian of the 8th city. Surrender to the hand of heaven.
Angela is a crazy cut, and she looks insane.
The devil.
Daredevil?
Before false angels.
So be it.